Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This is usually the time where we do pro tips. Well, you know what? I've listened to you guys. I mean, the whole reason I started out this channel was to help you guys and give you tips and show you things about the Tesla Model 3 and Tesla in general that you can't get anywhere else. So, and like I said, the whole reason I started the actual series of pro tips was to help and share what I've learned. In the last few, I guess you could say, weeks with the when I switched it from 5 tips in one episode to just 1 tip, and I'm listening, I got a lot of feedback, positive, but also negative too. And I take the negative feedback, other than the haters and the FUD stuff and stuff like that. I ignore those idiots. But I take your other negative feedback seriously, and I listen. And a lot of you guys said, it's getting weak. I already know that and stuff like that. If you know that, that's one thing. But a lot of people, and not just one or two, like a few people said, you can go back and see the comments if you don't believe me, that that the last few were stretching it and were weak and stuff like that. So I've decided, given it some thought, long and hard, and I've decided to, let's chill out on the pro tips for a bit. I think it's run its course. I think over a year now into it, probably a year and a half for some people down in the States, that people know their Model 3s and they know what their tips and tricks are. And if you don't, I've got the 10 volumes of other ones, over 50 different pro tips that you can go back and look at. They're all in sequential order from volume 1 all the way to volume 10, and then from volume 10 I made it into the individual little things. So you guys, if you haven't seen them, you can go back and take a look at those ones. So what I'm basically saying is I'm gonna give the pro tip series a rest until, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. We're gonna give it a rest. With that said, what I do want to show you, because what I've got a lot of people asking me for lately is, now that Tesla has their browser out with Chromium, and it's working like a true browser should have from the very beginning. Because let's be honest, anyone that has their Tesla now or just recently got it, you guys have no idea what previous browser users had to go through. It was dead slow. And even before the Model 3 owners like myself, all the S's and X's, I feel sorry for them because they had a function that was basically unusable. But now with Chromium, it is very usable and very worthwhile. And a lot of people were asking me, what's in your favorite list? So I'm going to switch the camera around. And I'm going to show you what's in my favorite lists. Pretty essential things that I think any Tesla owner should have. And some things that I just personally have just because it is what it is. What I want you guys to do is, if you see something, or if you have something in your list, in your favorite list that I don't have, that you think that's essential and you want to share it with others, including myself, leave a comment down below and let me know. But here, let's take a look at my list. Okay, we're going to do this while I'm holding the camera here. Okay, first of all, start off, we will go to the web browser. This is the new interface for the 20.x versions, folks. If you don't have that yet, you better get it soon, hopefully. Okay, so this is just Tesla.com. All your favorites are up here where that little heart is. If you want to add to favorites, as you know, that heart with the plus sign, you just click on that, and then this add to favorites screen comes up, and you can, if you don't know, you don't have to keep it what it says. You don't have to keep what it says here. You can click on this, you can delete the whole thing, and you can put in whatever you want to add to it, right? And then that's the URL down there. That's just a quick how-to, just so you know. Okay, so let's see what's in my list. First and foremost, I think everyone's got to, if you want to stay on top of electric vehicles and Tesla and stuff like that, electric. Electric is, this is in no particular order, folks, just so you know, but electric is my first one here. It's say whatever you want to say about electric, but it has very valuable information and news and stuff like that about the about the EV community. So number 2 is Inside EV. This is probably a close between electric and Inside EV. Like I said, the list is in no order, but it's a close second, if not arguably number one. I mean, I'm a little bit of a. It's starting to rain. Jesus Christ, it's starting to rain. I'm a little bit of a hometowner because, as far as I know, Inside EVs was originally Canadian. I don't know if it still is, but Canadian found at least. But Inside EVs, great resource for EV news. Here, oh look, the wipers are actually working in this little random shower we're having while it's. By the way, in Ontario here, today is Friday. It is 35 degrees outside. That's without the humidity. With the humidity, it's in the 40s. So, anyways, getting back to this, Inside EVs, great resource of information for electric cars and Tesla and everything. This is more, I find Inside EVs is more EV centric, whereas electric, as much as they try to be EV, all the different brands and everything, they're very Tesla oriented too, right? It's not like Teslarati. Teslarati is another one you could put in here. I don't have it in my list, but you can also put that in your list. Number 3, without a doubt, if you guys go on road trips and stuff like that, a better route planner. That is by far the best. I mean, other than the Tesla navigation itself, this is one of the best long-term road trip planners you can get out there. I mean, actually, I don't even know if there's any others. This is the go-to. A better route planner. You got to have that on your phone. Sorry, on your list. Moving down to the list, one of the... This might even should be, like I said, no particular order. This one maybe should be probably number 1 if I was to list it in order of importance. Mother Frunker's web app page. Mother Frunker, he did a whole entire video of it. I'm not going to go into all of it, but as you can see on the screen here, folks, it's got calculators, chargers, games, Google Apps, home, maps, screen sharing, Reddit, Notepad, news. The list goes on, and then you can go and click on these ones. They give you even more tools that you can work with. Like this is Waze. It's just incredible what Mother Frunker has put together here for this web app. It's amazing. Huge wealth of resources for anyone that's in their Tesla on a prolonged period of time basis and stuff like that. The thing I like about it, let me just go back to it, is the games. The games, I did a video earlier, a few episodes ago, talking about this. Here are all the games. These games, you can be driving, well, you shouldn't be playing it while you're driving, but your passengers, your rear passengers or your family, if you're on a long road trip, you can play solitaire, you can play tic-tac-toe. A good one is like a trivia game here. It's called Millionaire. It's basically like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It gets the whole family involved, right? It's great. Keeps the kids occupied if you're on long road trips and your kids are like my kids, where they get bored quickly. So, anyways, moving along. Mother Frunker, awesome. Q Tesla. This is just a quick. I don't know who put this together, but shout out and credit to whoever did it. It shows you your local forecast. It'll ask you if it. Okay, see, for me, it didn't ask. Something's wrong. I was playing around with this earlier before I started filming, and something wrong. It's showing me I'm in Kansas. I'm not in Kansas. And the radar usually works, but it's not working today for some reason. Getting an error, but usually shows a satellite radar of the forecast, and shows you if the rain's coming in or snow's coming in or anything like that. Waze, of course, it has Waze, but it'll probably show Kansas. No, it's showing Milton. Okay, so Milton Waze if you need Waze. News, this is all Tesla-oriented news, but it's got little subcategories. These are all the news here. You can choose SpaceX. You can just pick tech in general, science in general, or just general news. This is just general news. It scrapes. It's got some kind of aggregator, and it scrapes from different news sites and just goes through like top news stories and stuff like that. And of course, it has stocks if you're in the if you're in the mood for stocks, or you want to know. Tesla's the first stock right here today. It's down 16 cents, or almost half a percentage. Moving on. I use iCloud. This is what I have. If I want to quickly see where my kids are, or where my wife is, if she's at home or she's on her way home and stuff like that, and I'm in a car driving. I mean, for one, I can get my mail up here. I can get my calendar at a quick glance. I don't think Photos works, but stuff like that I can get at a quick glance. But if I go to find friends or find my iPhone, it may pop up with asking you for your password. Yeah. But once you put, oh no, see, I was good. Yeah. Once you put it in, once you put in your password, it'll show you where your family is if you have an iPhone. And anyways, that's iCloud. That's in my list. Moving on, Weather Network. You got to know what the weather is at any given time. This is the weather for Milton. Doesn't say it's raining, but trust me, it is. See what the forecast is. Okay, 32. It's actually hotter than 32. The car says 35, and Tesla doesn't lie. 41 with the humidity, and shows you the 5-day forecast or 7-day forecast. Now, the weather radar used to work, but lately I haven't gotten it to work. So I don't know if, oh no, look at that. It's working now. I stand corrected. So once it loads and everything, it'll show you a radar. I like to see a radar to see if a system's moving in, if it's going to rain. Ironically, in this case, I didn't do that, but it's raining. So anyways, it'll show you the systems coming in. You should just press play. It's obviously not a movie because it works by itself. My chair's moving. And it just shows you, it just keeps looping. I don't know if you ever use Weather Network, but it just keeps looping over and over. It shows you the system coming in and all the little pocket showers in around southern Ontario and New York and stuff like that, and Michigan, because that's where it's zoomed in. Moving on, then not Tesla related at all, because I'm an iPhone guy and an Apple guy. I've got iPhone in Canada, which is a great little thing. It's not, this is just a bonus, folks. But these are basically the go-to sites that I have favorited on my browser for my Model 3. What do you guys have? If you guys have things, ones that you want to share with me, you think other people need to know about, things that are useful every day, you can't do without, leave a comment below. Don't put a URL, because sometimes YouTube has funny things with URLs. Don't put the www or the HTTP. Just write out the website, and maybe it'll allow it to squeeze through in the comments, because like I said, YouTube has a funny way of blocking if you put just URLs in. They think you're spamming it. So put in, or just write it in and write .com instead of the .com. Just write in .com, and maybe that'll trick YouTube into doing it. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any special websites or anything that you think will be useful. Until then, folks, that's all I got for you today. We will talk to you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to switch the camera around, and let's go through what's on my... I'm going to switch the camera around. I'm going to show you what's in my favorite list for the browser. I mean... So I'm going to switch the camera around and show you what's in my list for the browser. So I'm going to switch the camera around. I'm going to show you what's in my favorite lists. I can't even talk. I'm going to switch the browser around. Crazy. I got to stop laughing. So I'm going to switch the phone around. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's wrong? Okay.